Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena, playing Murders of Carlisle Manor. Gonna grab a Krenko here, I think. Um, there's some other good cards, but Krenko certainly is one of them. Like, I mean, these two would be all right, I think, basically. Everything else here kind of stinks. Like, Auspicious Arrival would be okay. Unauthorized Exit would be okay. The Duel could be okay, but Krenko... Draftsim agrees. Krenko is confirmed a good card. This isn't just something people thought was good at the beginning of the format. Good. Not really anything good in red here. Like, this card is playable, but you're not second picking it if you don't have to. These are okay. Like, if you're in white, you want one of these. If you're in blue, you're happy to have one of these. But neither of them is pulling me into it. You could take Festerleech and try to build like Rakdos aggro. But Rakdos isn't a very good color pair in this format. On the other hand, Festerleech is pretty good. You could also take Unauthorized Exit, maybe Granite Witness. Like, I think those are the three I'm most interested in. I guess I'll just take the uncommon. Like, you never know. Red-blue is a pretty good color pair, but it's just hard to like actually get to play it. Oof. Oof. Some good green stuff here, huh? Yikes. Well, I kind of wish I had taken the unauthorized exit so that I could justify repulsive mutation. I still could. But I think a Killer Among Us is better. Like, in this format, I've been trying to just, like, pick a color and stick with it, and then eventually figure out a second color, rather than trying to, like, hedge between multiple colors early on. But the Killer Among Us is so much better than the available red and black cards that I'm just taking a different color card each of my first 3 packs, apparently. Oh, boy. There's a lot of good stuff here, like... Evidence Examiner is the best one. And we did just see a repulsive mutation go by, so maybe blue and green are both open and we could do this. We could take Dogwalker, which is sort of sticking to the Krenko, but I think there's a pretty good sign that blue and green are both open. In the last couple packs, it has looked that way. So I'm gonna try pushing into Evidence Examiner. Okay. This looks all right. I think it's basically Crowd Control Warden or Dramatic Accusation. I think I'll take the Accusation. Sorry, Escape Tunnel would also be fine. In fact, maybe Escape Tunnel is the pick here, so we could like splash Krenko if we wanted to. Yeah. Plus green is good at splashing, so... Sure. Dramatic Accusation is nothing special. What is this? Spell Snare. Wow. Okay, what a card. I'm just going to take the unauthorized exit, though. Right, Spell Snare is horrible in this format? Yes, agreed. Good. Just checking draft sim. Chalk Outline. Oh, boy, oh, boy. I mean... The thing is, it's up against Projector Inspector. Chalk Outline is very, like... I haven't gotten to play the Chalk Outline deck. But with Evidence Examiner already in hand, like, I think we could make it happen. And I'd like to give it a try. And this is the one card that combos the Chalk Outline the best. Because when it dies, you can trigger Chalk Outline 2 times for 2 mana. Exile it, and, like, paying the cost triggers Chalk Outline. And then resolving the effect also triggers Chalk Outline. This says whenever 1 or more. So, like, if you exile 2 things for evidence, it's still just 1. But this exiles itself. It exiles 2 things. Itself, 2 things separately. Once as a cost, and then once for the effect. So... Yeah, I mean, okay, I'll just keep taking all the cards that are in my colors. A few more Fanatical Strengths than I would like, but it is a very strong combat trick. I'll keep Krenko in for now. He's pretty good if you can splash him. Curious Inquiry? I mean, Probably not supposed to, but maybe. Plus, we do have Gravestone Strider and Escape Tunnel to splash the Krenko with. It would be nice to get some cards that don't cost 2. Ha ha ha. A second Krenko, probably not the pick here. I believe we just want the Glint Weaver. Huge card, wins the game when you play it against anything aggro-y, and can also just seal the deal against mid-range as well. Deduce would be fine, but there'll be other Deduces. You don't get that many Glint Weavers. Krenko, you could take it, I guess, but it does not seem like a good idea. We're not exactly like aggroing in to kill people quickly here. If you look here in between packs, does it show both arrows going towards you? What's the deal anyway? This surveillance monitor looks great. Want more evidence synergies, and this is one. The Aftermath Analyst could be okay because it mills stuff. But I'll just take a nice chunky 4-mana creature. Chalk outline number 2. We gotta do it. It must be done by us. We could... Actually, this might wheel, whereas Out Cold is just great. I think the chalk outline could wheel, but I don't know. Doubling your consistency on this, I think, is worth missing out on an Out Cold. And I can get like a Jaded Analyst on the wheel, maybe. Another Surveillance Monitor looks great. A Crowd Control Warden would not be bad. Hopefully, there's like 2 in this pack already, right? So maybe I can pick one up on the wheel. What is this? Fabricate. No. Cease and desist. I think that's a no, right? Actually, with 2 chalk outlines, I think cease is pretty solid. It cycles if you don't have any synergies, and it makes a detective if you target your own creature's card in your graveyard. I don't care about this. Flotsam and Jetsam? Seems okay. I don't really need a third unauthorized exit, I hope. But it would be pretty funny, I guess. But this makes evidence. This gets creatures into my graveyard. I think that's worth it. I want it more for the mill than the investigate, really. I'll take a counterspell for sure. This guy's not bad, but I have plenty of 2s. Although it's all tempo stuff. Yeah, give me a cat, please. Get some stuff into my graveyard. Get some fixing. I'll take a deduce. It wheeled. The one in pick 1. I got it back. Unauthorized exit number 3. I mean, you can't have too much tempo. Yeah, the cat is great. It's fixing. It's an endgame win condition. It's evidence. Like, what's not to like? It's a creature for chalk outline. It just jumps right into the graveyard all by itself. We could have had 2 Krenkos. I still think that would be a bad idea. I think at this point I would be happy to add another Krenko. Like if I have 2 when it's time to deck build, I think I'll include both of them, but I wasn't going to take it over whatever was in pack 1, pick 1, or pack 2, pick 1. I think I'll take a Hellion. I need some disguise creatures. This actually is non-horrible in this deck, I think. Ooh, just because I need a 3. Steamcore Scholar is good, but like Right? There's better stuff here? It's a really good card for a different deck. I think I want a Vitu-Ghazi Inspector. Or maybe a Projector Inspector would be even better? Out Cold also is great, but I think I have plenty of 2s and ways to collect evidence. I think I want more ways to get evidence into the graveyard, and that's Projector Inspector. I will absolutely splash a Zoni. I would not mind splashing the Detective Satchel, but this is even better. The Pride of Hull-Clade, huh? What a funny little card. Toughness of creatures you control. I mean, it's funny, but I think I'm just going to get the Escape Tunnel now that I'm splashing black and red. I'd like another one of those. 2 Eavesdroppers. They went this way. Give me some damn removal, please. I mean, I have a lot of bounce. I don't have a way to actually kill something. So I'll take hard-hitting question. They went this way or the Jaded Analyst. We may have a lot of clues, which would make this good. I don't actually have that much to really ramp into. So, and I don't need, like, more fixing. So I think I just take the 2-drop to be stable. It's a creature that can die early. I don't think I need Fey Flight. I think it's just Escape Tunnel number 3, crazy as it seems. Yeah. We'll just overwhelm him with 2/2s. Oh my god, it's Chalk Outline number 3. You'll be like highlighted when you die. I'll take another Panther. All I need is that green-black card that likes exiling stuff from your graveyard. Something Roots. Ooh, wow, I got my second and third choice both back? More tempo, please? No, more evidence collection. They're both very good. But a lot of my 2-mana stuff is not actually creatures I can play proactively. And my creature count is kind of low. Ooh, I don't want the rope, but I'll happily take a disguise creature that I can even play face up if I want. And I get the rope anyway, huh? Fine. And the Crowd Control Ward. Just what I asked for Christmas. Okay. Well, we have plenty of big stuff now. Could actually be playable. So the thing about Krenko is, like, he's a red aggro card, and that's not what this deck is. But, like, we have a lot of ways to investigate, right? Actually, yeah, because he cares about artifacts being put into the graveyard, right? Yeah. And we could just, like, spit out a bunch of 1/1s that way. Mostly we're investigating with Chalk Outline. But Evidence Examiner also does that a lot. I think I can get rid of Rope, although it does play well with Krenko. I mean, we could just cut the Krenko. Let's see. Let's make a disguise pile first, as I like to do. It's very small this time. Okay. Let's look at our creatures. Pretty heavy. But, you know, the Panthers are often played for 2. Like, Fanatical Strength, I just think is not good in this deck. We'll cut both of them. It's a fine spell. I don't want it. Pick Your Poison is okay. But if we're getting rid of stuff, I think that's a thing to get rid of. These 5 cards go together nicely as like instant speed stuff that make it fine to hold up Reasonable Doubt and keep me alive long enough to resolve some big dude. I think the Crocodile is not really necessary. Now, I guess it must be said that all of these expensive disguise creatures are ways to get expensive stuff into the graveyard early, right? You play Crocodile for 3, you trade it off for a 2/2, now you have 6 evidence in the graveyard. Kind of cool. But Evidence Examiner only cares about 4, so it's not even a great savings on that account. Detectives, I have 7, which is low, but this doesn't say non-token, right? So Chalk Outline is triggering Projector Inspector as well. Although that's kind of like a win more thing, where it's like, yeah, if you're triggering Chalk Outline and you have Projector Inspector on the field, like, you probably won. You don't really need the extra draw and discard, but fine. Cease and Desist, I think, is actually great. Flotsam and Jetsam, it's flexible. It's okay. I'm kind of thinking I don't really need this Hellion. Or the Crowd Control Warden? The problem is I now don't have that many creatures to trigger Chalk Outline with anymore. We can't really afford to cut more creatures, I don't think. I probably ought to put them back. But I can't cut any of this. I can cut the rope. I should really cut Krenko and put back the actual good 3 mana cards. So I just don't have to deal with the red. Put back in the Crowd Control Warden or something. Although, honestly, the fact that it costs 5 is a little bit of a downside, because I do have a Collect Evidence 6 card. Actually, have I already looked at my evidence stuff? It's not that much. Yeah. But being able to collect 6 is not... Actually, everything I have except for Yugazi Inspector cares about evidence 4, not 6. So maybe Crowd Control Warden is fine. Am I okay having just a single swamp? No, obviously I want to turn that Plains into a swamp at least. I have, Gravestone Strider, which means if I have that, then I don't need the black source. But it would be a shame to mill my only swamp and then draw an escape tunnel, right? Because I don't have any way to get it back out of the graveyard. And I do have some self-mill. So, we obviously don't need the Plains. And I think we have plenty of our, basic colors, our main colors. So let's throw another swamp in. And weirdly, I don't actually know that I need 18 lands, even though it says average mana cost is 4. Because I'll be playing these for 2 often enough. I think it counts this as mana value 8. So... and I don't have that many disguise creatures that I'm paying for twice. Maybe I just get rid of 1 unauthorized exit and call it a day. I guess that's fine. Maybe it's supposed to be the Flotsam instead, but I kind of like it for its flexibility. Alright. This looks like an interesting deck. It has high potential, right? If it draws well and lives for a while, it can do a lot. But if you draw all the heavy stuff and Chalk Outline with none of the synergies, I could certainly imagine this just get killed on turn 5 or something against one of the more aggressive decks in the format. That's what the unauthorized exits and Reasonable Doubt are supposed to fix. It's Murilov. Myrrh I love? Someone who loves rum but spells it backwards for some reason, maybe? Oh, this is fine. Probably playing the Panther on 2. And then something on 3, probably maybe Unauthorized Exit. Then I can like chalk Outline into Cease and Desist or something. I don't know. But I think we're picking up the black source though. Okay, a slow game. I love it. Just a Dimir Tapland. The slowest thing that anybody could do on turn 1. Come on, play out of forest. Give me a Sultai Mirror. Ooh, okay. Red. Sure. Oh man, it's the other chalk outline. It's so exciting. We could make it happen. I'll let him hit me for 3. I don't know. The thing is, they're probably going to play another detective anyway, in which case I probably should just bounce this to prevent, like, them getting card selection. So I guess I'll stop the damage. Surveil a creature? Okay, I kind of want to keep this creature. Alright, if they just spent their turn 4 replaying their 3-drop, that's fine. If it turns out this was the only thing they could have done that turn, I'm kind of sad, but I guess I deserve it. Like, I could have... If I could have just taken 3 and had them pass the turn, obviously that would have been better. But that didn't seem super likely. Now, we could get greedy and play the second chalk outline before playing a Surveillance Monster. That would be very greedy. They literally did nothing. Okay, well, Counterspell? They might be planning to counterspell me. They only have 3 mana worth of pressure, or 3 power worth of pressure. I think I just run out another. I don't know. Are they just going to sit on a counterspell and kill me with a 3-drop? And, like, that's my fault? I don't think so. The second they tap out, I, like, go off. But I'm a little bit worried that they may just never do that. This is what they drew last turn. So I expect they're just going to hit me and pass again, just like they did last turn. Yeah. Okay, I'll just run out something to block this. And I have Cease and Desist. At some point. Up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard, yeah. It wouldn't even be the end of the world if they were to counter this. Okay, I will, though, while they're too tapped out to stop me, I will trigger this, rather than waiting to trick them on blocks. From a single graveyard, yep. Target player gains 2 and draws, me. Okay, that's tapped out. Land for Izoni into GG? Even if I play this, it's very good, but it's not the end of the game. No Izoni. This would be funny, but I believe it is better to just do this now. Actually, is it? What evidence do I have? Oh, I see. So I could do these two, and that includes a creature and is 4, and it leaves this for Izoni. Yeah, that seems fine. I have many clues. That's kind of cool. I don't have a way to like actually push through with all these 2/2s though, if they hold their 3/3 back. I don't know. We'll figure it out somehow. Like this is a lot of valuable resources. It'll do something someday. I'm sure Grixis has a way to kill a creature. But the creature is not the problem. The problem is the 2 chalk outlines. I guess a Killer Among Us is also a way to push through some damage. Oh, also, I think they were wrong to attack with this, because now all my 2/2s are online. Like this is the creature I didn't want to attack with. I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna pass on that. I could make another Thopter. No, this doesn't. Well, yeah, it wouldn't make more detectives. Huh. Crack a Clue. Play this. Like I could collect evidence again, but it wouldn't trigger this. It would just make a Thopter. So that doesn't seem so hot. I think I crack a Clue planning to play this guy. Killer Among Us is something, I guess. Very funny. Take 8. Okay, that's pretty cool, I guess. Yes. Put this shit in my graveyard, please. This card makes 4 detectives for 2 mana. Actually, I don't have another creature in there, so it would just be 2. Oh, what's the play? What's the play? Krenko. Okay, this is kind of a race now. Oh, no attack. Oh, I like that. I didn't activate Escape Tunnel like a big idiot, but I drew a land, so it's okay. Oops. Okay, but play this while I can. While they're tapped out. Take action. This is a creature. Although, I mean, do I need a million more detectives? I guess the answer is yes, right? I don't want to play this. And now I can do this. I guess this, and then Gravestone Strider can trigger both. Yeah. Oh, and Azoni can just... Anytime she can sack 4 tokens. Okay, cool. Oh, look at all these creatures in the graveyard. Maybe I shouldn't have played Azoni till post-combat, actually. No, but I wanted this thing to benefit from the trigger. I don't know. But I would have left this in hand if I'd known there were going to be so many creatures in the graveyard. I'm just going to activate this now before I forget. Give me a forest, please. I want to show him the third chalk outline so bad. Don't concede. Yeah, just kill Azoni. I don't care. All of them in the top half of the deck. Oh, you're not even going to kill her. Okay. But it's true, she can't trigger again. You got me. Okay, I mean, would attack all kill them? These get in... Basically, they block 2 of these. They take 4, 5, 6, 10. So no, good. I have an excuse to not kill them then. This was, like, technically a bad play, because what if they have a board clear? Now, like, Gravestone Strider was the way to recover from that board clear. But, okay, they're going to show me their cool bomb. Congratulations. But I just couldn't help myself. Six detectives and 3 clues for 2 mana was pretty cool. I will not give you... No, you can have Deadly Cover Up. I don't care. They're tapped out. Wait, it's their turn, right? Yeah, okay. I'll give them this one, though. Just in case they have some way to gain 5 mana at instant speed. I mean, they had the Deadly Cover-Up. My misplay could have gotten me. Like, I knew it was bad, but how could you not, right? Some things are more important than winning. Blue spells, green spells, fine. Oh, Cranko, you really should not be the box art anymore. It is a chalk outline deck at long last. They won't always all be in the top 20. We're not going to hit that well. Like those were some great draws. I hit like everything I needed, everything I wanted except Evidence Examiner, basically, in the top 20. Peppermint Butler? What does this mean? Someone's so rich they have a butler just for getting them peppermints? Surely not. Oh. That's cool. I can get black with this then. Hold up that counterspell. If they just dump 3 mana into this, that's fine with me. I will not do them the favor of suspecting they're 2-1 when I counter something, though. No, don't have to know what that card is. I'm countering it. I do know what the card is, but as soon as I saw them spend mana, I was like, I'm getting ready to counterspell. Alright, here comes the Sultai Sicko. I mean, I think I want the land more than a 6/5, and I want to get this into the graveyard anyway, right? Yeah, sure. Like, it would have been nice to use that to pick up a forest, but I don't actually have any detectives coming up. On the other hand, I need this to activate hard-hitting questions, so you can hit me. I mean, I could punch one of these, but I want to wait till they spend some mana on it. I'll just have both of these available. Okay, hang on. Am I still out at full passing? Yes. Another Dimir, by the way. Slow is the name of the game. I guess I'll block. I don't really want to take 4. I know I just said I need this, but I'm kind of interested in them, like, tapping out for a combat trick or something. Or, I guess they wouldn't. No, I guess I just take the hit again, like an idiot. Like, I have Glintweaver. I'll recover. The thing is, they might not let me play Glintweaver. That's what I'm afraid of. Okay, bouncing this is what I was waiting for. No. Well, I could kill this. I probably should, right? Even though it gets a clue, it means I don't have to deal with the flying threat anymore. Okay, let's just crack the clue then. Jeez, that's a lot of lands. What the hell? Maybe I should have done this in upkeep? And I could unauthorized exit one of their clues? That seems like better value than this, honestly. Let's do it now while they're tapped out. so that it actually works. Get that shit out of here. And now I'm finally ready to block. If they spend 6 mana giving both of them Menace, it'll be a little uncomfortable. But I think that would not be a very good play for them. Jeez. Let's pretend I have something to think about here. What shall I do? I'll end my turn. Gotta get into the habit of doing that. Zephind was right. I'm too weak by just by playing a land and then letting Arena auto pass for me. Leaking information. So many clues. Well, I wanted them to tap out for a bad card, not for Massacre Girl. Okay, good luck to me. I mean, Game 7 is pretty cool. If they counter it, like, I can quit immediately. If it resolves, I'm in bad shape. But might still win. Yeah, I think I'm out of here. I don't... Like, I drew bad, right? I guess that's what I get for binning the Panther. It turns out I had so many lands, I could have just played it as a 6/5. That would have been cool. I didn't have any stuff in my hand that would, like... Yeah, I should have done that. I was thinking, well, if I'm discarding this for a land anyway, and I have a land in hand... then I can just discard the Panther. And it's like I turned the Panther into a land and gotten the Panther into the graveyard, which is great for my, like, graveyard synergy stuff, which is all true. But the option of playing the Panther, like, if I just draw absolutely nothing ever, then having the Panther as a 6/5 would be kind of good. I don't think I was wrong to decline to block with the Projector Inspector for several turns, because killing that flyer was important. Although, the creature I was hoping to stabilize with had reach anyway, so... This is... I mean, I have to keep this, I guess. I can ship this in for blue. Turn 2, Panther for black. Turn 3, Evidence Examiner? Is the kind of rough outline? I need more lands, for sure. But, like, I would really love to find something else to do on 3 so that I can play Chalk Outline on 4 and then Evidence Examiner actually triggering the Detective. But we have so many key pieces of the deck here. You know, if this card were a land, it would be like the perfect hand. But it isn't. You know what I might do, actually, is play this on 2, because it blocks their 1/2 nicely. And just, like, you don't have to collect evidence with this. You get it every turn. So, it stops this from attacking. They'll probably do it anyway. The danger is it exposes it to shock, right? And so I might never get to collect evidence, which would be very bad for this hand. And I do need the land, so maybe I should do this. But I don't... If they get to attack with this and play out a Disguise Creature on turn 2, it's really bad. Yeah, there's the shock. But at least they're not also playing a Disguise Creature. Well, they never would have, of course, but at least they're not playing a Disguise Creature, period. Okay, Panther time. Well, I guess it's better to do this on their turn, so they don't know that I'm doing nothing. They're playing around Counterspell. It means they'll know that I have a swamp in my hand for a very brief period of time, but it doesn't really matter. Whereas threatening counterspell does matter. Only 2 lands. Okay. Well, that's something. Okay. Well, it wasn't a dog walker. That's also good news. I think it's just Killer Among Us here. And double block the 3/2. Doesn't matter who the killer is, really. It's the merfolk, though, right? Yes. Merfolk, yes. I mean, I don't know. You get killed by shock this way, but apparently they don't have it. That land was very on the spot. Exactly what I needed. Because now I can just exile the Panther and do a ton of stuff. I know I only need 4, but this is the smallest amount of evidence that includes a creature. Okay, they conceded to Izoni Chalk Outline. We did it. Didn't need the evidence examiner. I mean, we did, right? It cost them their shock. That's what that card's role was in this game. You know, it's a great card, but sometimes you just need a 2-mana 2/2. And against a deck who plays Goblin Maskmaker turn 1, that is what you need. And we never missed a land. Kept a 2-lander. And I think drew land every turn, pretty much. And there was one spell we drew, right? Yeah. I don't quite remember what it was. Oh, it was the second Chalk Outline, yeah. Okay, I'll take it. We're gonna not collect evidence with this unless a surprise happens. Well, I mean, I could Panther first, depending on how things go, I suppose. With Izoni in hand, that makes some sense. On the other hand, to block this 2/1 would be pretty cool, right? So I think we'll just play this. Without evidence. Mono black, topped, so you imagine that's like a mountain or whatever their other color is. An island, okay. Because there's not a lot you would keep, right? If you were stuck on a single color. And we're using the Panther here so that we can collect evidence with this, I imagine. I mean, I do have 5 lands. It would, including double green. It wouldn't be too hard to get to 6. And Like, not collecting evidence with this isn't the end of the world? What are you? Okay. I guess I'll just bounce that to cost them more time. I mean, a land's not bad. If the plan is to play this on 4, then like this would be my 6th mana. But I think I can just look for another spell to bridge the 5 gap, and at some point I'll draw the 6th land. It shouldn't be too far away. I don't want to draw like a bunch of lands in a row. Okay, that's something good to play on 5. Might as well get in the 1 damage, I think. It doesn't seem likely they're going to be able to get in with the 2-1 here. There's no reason to need double black in this deck, so I think I'm going to go grab a 3rd forest. Now definitely a 3rd forest. Try to remember not to pass turn with this. That would be a disaster. I'll double block the 4/4. I'd love to get some more evidence into the graveyard. Oh? I'll double block the 2/1, I guess. This could be toxin analysis, I guess. That would make that double block very bad. But if it's like... If it's +2/+0, this is awful. Sorry, +2/+2. Or, for that matter, +2/+0, I guess it would be fine. If it's like... Give stuff -2/-0 to all creatures this double block. I think this is what I go for. Toxin analysis would be bad here, but I think that's okay. This doesn't look like what you would do and then plan to toxin analysis, but maybe. Okay, murder. That's fine. I think we navigated that as well as we possibly could have. They do have blue mana, so I think we want to get the Azoni down. Whoa! Okay. I guess I will play this instead. Because the idea of chalk outline into Azoni just got quite appealing. Maybe that's too greedy? I think it is. Azoni would have to exile my only creature. Because if they just, like, murder this 6/5, I'm in bad shape. Yeah, I think we just go for the Azoni here. And don't get so greedy that I, like, try to get even more value out of her. Azoni wins games all by herself. You don't need to combo her with chalk outline. Okay. What's the biggest thing this could be? Like Bubble Smuggler? I'm fine against Bubble Smuggler here. Azoni dies, sad times, but the nation survives. I mean, they must be able to kill a Zoni this way. This attack is stupid if they can't. But that's fine. I still have a 6/5 and a chalk outline. On the other hand, if a Zoni lives, then I can actually trigger chalk outline by attacking with her. This must be the way to do it. And actually, I'd rather block the disguise creature. Because I think this is big enough to kill any disguise creature in these colors. And if they just trade it for a token, that's fine. Exit Specialist. Cool. So bouncing one of the tokens. I now don't have enough evidence for this Izoni attack. But I'm still attacking with her. Okay, they want the Exit Specialist back. Fine. Does this say if a creature into your graveyard from anywhere? So the Exit Specialist triggered it. Fine. Ooh. I don't have enough evidence, though. I could if I did this. If I cycled the Panther instead of playing it. That seems pretty stupid, doesn't it? Well, no, because then I would get 2 tokens from this. So here's the plan, then. I'm gonna... I don't have 7 mana. I wanted to play all... Or 8 mana. I wanted to do all of this. I have to miss out on the Evidence Examiner. I think that's fine. I know, I'm missing the 6/5, but... I get the Izoni trigger again, which is pretty cool. And now I have 4 tokens, so if they try any funny shenanigans, I can just sack them all to Izoni. Okay, we did it. It's my turn again. Clue. Well, deduce is enough. Enough evidence. Oh, you know what? I should have escape tunneled first. Oops, got away with it. To not draw lands. Let's just grab, I guess, a 4th island. I think it'd be too greedy to use hard-hitting questions on the 4/4. The 5/4. What? Aiming at the 4/4 with my 5/4, I mean. So let's just do something like this. Let's try to kill their 2/1 so that Izoni can attack safely. And so can all my menace creatures. Nice. Decline. We want to save that evidence for when Izoni attacks. And we get this trigger anyway. Although, of course, no chalk outline trigger. Also, I'm just now thinking back to that turn where they used Exit Specialist to bounce one of my tokens in combat. They could have just killed it in combat. They bounced the wrong thing. It should have bounced anything else. Right? Because they had a 2-1 attacking into my 1-3 and 2 2-1s. They bounced one of the 2-1s, but they could have just killed it. This looks like an attack all here, of course, coming up. I don't think that's going to do it. Okay. Yeah, I guess if they play another blocker here, they probably can do enough, can't they? Well, I'm not sure. I would have to do the math, I guess. Because if I attack... If they... Not playing Exit Specialist. Very interesting. More chalk outlines, sure. I should be tapping black, of course. So, they can only block one of these 4 creatures, right? So 3 of them get in and do 6 damage, even ignoring my other 3 attackers. So even if they have some weird trick here, I guess I could have, like, Toxin Analysis as the punish. Right? Ah, but if I attack with only menace creatures, could I sack with a Zoni to stop the life gain? I could, but then I'd be sacking all the other attackers. It turns out, actually, if I hadn't sacked those clues, I think I had lethal. I didn't realize that those were important. But okay. I mean... There's almost no explanation for not playing the Exit Specialist except Toxin Analysis, and it left up a black. Like, I just believe it. Maybe I'm a sucker, but I think that's what's happening. And I guess that's fine. Just ship all this in anyway. But hold back on everything else that can be chumped pretty easily. Or that they can be blocked too easily. I don't know. I could have swung with all of it, I guess. They're not blocking with that? The Toxin Analysis is the whole point, dude. You have to. No, they're just gonna die. Okay. Or Toxin Analysis now? I see. Long goodbye. Sure. So, I could have just killed him if I had attacked all, but I guess I was Either they or I tricked me into thinking it must be toxin analysis. I think it's, I don't think either of us necessarily made a mistake here. They said the only way I can win is by making him guess what combat trick I have, and I guessed wrong. But they're at 1 with no outs in hand. It would have to be a miracle that they draw here. Even a board clear would be fine. I have 2 chalk outlines on the field. Tesa's cool, but doesn't win. Oh, I get to spread them, don't I? Obviously, this is not optimal for life gain, but it is for damage. Because now they can't just let a 1-power creature through. And I know they can flip exit specialist here, but I still have way too many attackers. There's nothing to think about. The game is very over. But if you want, you want to maximize the number of creatures you've killed for your dailies, like, by all means, feel free. I would be blocking the non-menace creatures in that case. Okay, bombs win the game. Against magnifying glass. Did they ever make a clue out of this? I feel like they didn't. It was just a mana rock, a colorless mana rock for 3. I'm glad with how I navigated the murder combat. I don't even remember a cold case cracker. Where did that come from? Did I get milled somehow? I didn't hard-hitting question it, did I? That was a different game, like game 1 when they had they had the 2-mana 2/1s that hit me over and over until I finally hard-hitting questioned the cold case cracker. Yeah, I don't remember that. It didn't block his Oni. I never blocked it. It couldn't have died to any of my other creatures. It must have been that they surveilled it to the bottom or something. Or to the graveyard, rather. With their 2-mana 2/1. Can't remember what that guy's called. Sanitation Automaton. Well, I'm glad they're not all going like game 1. It's always a little worrying when you lose the first game with a deck. And it just feels like you built a deck that's way too dirtly to ever do anything. Against Dimir, by the way. Getting out aggroed by Dimir. Very embarrassing. I don't know how to pronounce this name, so I just won't. Sure. I have Deduce into Surveillance and Izoni, and I've got all my colors. It's not amazing, but, like, it does something. Well, I guess I may as well hold up the mana, because I'm just cracking the clue here, or bouncing something. I'd like to bounce something, I guess, so that I can have some evidence. Oh, here's a good thing to bounce. I mean, I guess that's okay. Next turn, I want to play the Quake Chalk Outline. Quake Mole's got me quivering. And then this, on turn 5, will give me 4 power worth of blockers that I can send at the Quake Mole. So I don't necessarily need this, but it is a useful creature, perhaps. I guess I'll just mill it. It gets more evidence in the graveyard. Oh, hello, you. Untap each creature you control. Yeah, okay. Well, let's do it one at a time then. I don't remember why this is a good idea, but I feel like usually it is. I don't know. It seems right now like it doesn't matter to me whether I single block or double block. I guess it does let them like threaten. Like they could attack with their 1/1 if they wanted here, but I would just block with the 2/2, so it doesn't really work. That's fine. Whoa, it's a little bit not fine. The thing is huge. Uh-oh. Oh, man, really? I mean, I can triple block it. Oh, the problem with blocking one at a time is that they might stop attacking. They might just say, okay, I got your 1/1. Man, one more land. If this were a land, huh? But I think I just have to go for the triple block here. I guess I can crack a clue first. And then another clue. Okay. Another combat trick pretty much takes me out of the game, to be honest. Or a shock. Like, yep, okay, take 12. You got me. But now Azoni can collect evidence, and maybe I've got a hope? Right? I think no attacks. I need to throw so much shit at this Quake Mole. And I don't care about their life total. Like, I should overblock it by a little, but not by a ton. Oh, they're going to tap out. Okay. What is this? Oh, man, you know what would really get me? The chase is on. Oh, wow, that would suck ass. They're going to kill Azoni. Okay, that's... Do I want to sack 3 clues and a token here? I think I do, right? To draw 2 and gain 2 and surveil. I think this makes sense. I still have enough to block the mole comfortably. Well, do I want lands? I have 7. Would 8 be good? Not really. I could still sack 4 tokens. I don't think I'll do that. Thanks. Okay, and by the way, now we have this. Any way to collect evidence in hand? No, but I have a Strider. So that would be a cool play. And I think it's very important to have unauthorized exit up. So I'm going to play a disguised creature here. But leave up the last 2 mana. Because this 10-6 is too threatening to ever be naked to it. How big is my Crowd Control Warden, by the way? It's a 9/9 right now if I flip it? Kind of cool, huh? I don't want to mouse over it and like remind them, but it's a 4/4 that would get token counters for each other creature, so it would be a 9/9. Sure. I don't want to just proactively bounce the mole because it's not doing anything at the moment. Besides being obviously very threatening. I want to save that for a time when they like commit some more cards to try to get it to kill me. Jeez. Okay. I think it's just Chalk Outline, right? I mean, I could be more Mana Vision and play Killer Among Us. And I guess that's a way to get a 4/4, which is nice. Also makes the Crowd Control Warden absolutely yoked. Yeah, why not? Today's Goblin Day, by the way. And next turn I can try swinging with the Disguised Creature. They'll probably block with a 2/2 or something, and then they'll find out how huge my dude is. You know, it would be nice to have it available as a blocker, but let's get real. Okay, that's really nice. So it's a 12/12 at the moment. That seems worth attacking with. And also the Goblin. Oh, I didn't flip this! I'm so bad at this game. Okay, your turn. Ah! I thought I had already done it. Like, in my mind, I made it happen. It was a bluff attack. Now they'll think it was the human. I could die here to, like, hustle and bustle, probably. But that's what the counterspell's for. Ooh, okay. Let's see if this is going to resolve before I commit to whether I'm blocking that guy. Actually, I mean, why don't I just block him? He's just a 10/6. No damage, please. And I wouldn't mind at all if you killed this guy. In fact, could I get him involved in this block somehow? I'd love for him to die. But let's just do this. Oh yeah, that is kind of scary that they can re-attack with these guys after. Oh! They gain trample. Get. Okay. Get that shit out of here, please. Oh, I should have bounced this before. Because now all this stuff is untapped. And I'm not killing any of it. Oh, I'm gonna die! Right? Just attack all is super duper lethal? I don't think it was wrong to swing with the crowd control board and... Yeah, I'm so dead. Alright, well let's pretend trample doesn't exist and I live through this. Then I'm looking pretty good, right? Ugh. So close. I don't know. That's all my fault, too. I should have just bounced their dude before blocks. I forgot that, like, I knew it would untap all their creatures, but I was like, oh, their creatures will be dead. It's fine. I should have realized that, like, they were going to be flipping at least one of their creatures, right? Which means it isn't dying. And so it untapping is a problem. The fact that they also all got trample was an unpleasant surprise, but, you know, I probably, even if I couldn't think of that specific card, which maybe I should have thought about, you know, any card. And just, yeah, as soon as the trigger for that thing untapping everything went on the stack, I was like, uh-oh, wait a minute, this is a problem. Obviously, I knew that trigger was coming, but I didn't really think ahead enough to realize it was going to be a big issue until it happened. If I just bounced their mole before blockers, I would have been cruising to victory. Well, I'm glad I got mold. Richard Nixon, you know? Isn't this a character who escapes in one of those sets, like comes out of the graveyard? This is Richard Nixon escaping from the graveyard to play the greatest game of all time, Magic the Gathering. You know what? I mean, I need blue, but I have a Panther, I have Flotsam and Jetsam. This seems like a great hand. Flotsaming myself in the hopes that I somehow hit a land seems worse than just using the Panther, right? Because then I'll be able to inspect her next turn. So I think that's what we do. We Panther. For obviously an island. Up against blue-white slow plays. Okay. Found an island anyway, very well. Multiple chalk outlines. I think I'll dump one of them here if they let me resolve this. Fine. It's in the graveyard anyway, that's all I ever wanted. Yikes! I wish this deck had a way to kill creatures. That is a scary son of a gun. That's pretty good too. I assume they have another artifact pretty soon, even though they don't yet. Okay, that's cool. I think I'll do this Flotsam thing and play this before I get this involved. Except potential turn 6 play would be like a 4 and a 2, and if I spend both of my 2s this turn, I can't do that. So I guess it is just play anything that costs 4 mana and affects the board, so i.e. specifically this card. But it's going to be real tough fighting an Alquist Proft. They get a lot of cards out of that. But it costs a lot of mana. I don't know. With 2 Chalk Outlines and Flotsam Jetsam, we might be able to do it. Okay. 3/3 wasn't doing anything anyway. I think he should have tapped the flyer. But I guess he wasn't. Really? Okay, so they have a combat trick here that's like +2/+2, maybe? I guess you don't have to give him permission to use it. You could just take 6. Yeah, a combat trick like Auspicious Arrival is the only reason this tap and attack makes sense. Let's give him credit for it. I think. Am I willing to trade both of these for a combat trick? I guess I could. But I'd rather not, because then I can double block this with another flyer. So yeah, go ahead, hit me. I think they have like Auspicious Arrival or maybe Eliminate the Impossible. Oh yeah, it's an artifact. Cute. Let's just Flotsam, I think. You know what? I should have tapped blue and green, actually. Because I might... No, I'm not drawing a card, so I can't... It doesn't matter what I'm hitting off of this. Yikes! Those are some good big mills. I'd rather have those in hand. Oh my god. And we could get greedy here, tap a land, right? Or tap, crack a clue. Would have been, of course, better to do that before Flotsam Jetsam. But I'm just not going to do it. I want this out here to make more stuff. No, you wouldn't! Another counterspell! Ah! Okay, yeah, against blue, I really should have not cracked the clue yet. That was a bad play, and I was punished justly. I'm going to lose this game for that play. Like, I had a chance before doing that, and now I don't think I do. Oh, well, they can't cast Auspicious Arrival anymore. Okay, I'm maybe back to having a chance, actually. I'll bounce the clue when they animate it, which I assume they will do. I need a way to deal with their 3/2 flyer, but... At least I don't have to deal with this one, hopefully. I mean, if they counter this too, I mean, like, what was I supposed to do? I don't have a lot of ways to deal with flyers, but that is one of them, sort of. It buys time, at least. I mean, I guess if they have another Granite Witness, it barely even buys time. Because they can just tap this down, but it gives me some hope. Now they have this 1/1. Like, I can stop 3 damage once, or 1 damage every turn starting next turn. I mean, I kind of have to do this anyway, I guess, because next turn I'm, like, I could hope that I draw another way to collect evidence. That's the main, like, thing, right? But I think I'm out of ways to do that in the whole deck. So, I just have to stop the 3 damage. Okay, this is a card I was looking for. It was on the list of cards. Which, okay. Now we're talking. Just give me a land, please. Do we greed out with an attack here? No, then I'm dead to out cold. Which, by the way, can't be countered, in case anybody's forgotten that little fact. They let Alquist die. I wonder what that was all about. Did they just not have a trick for him all along? Like, what's the deal? I love that they're tapping a creature that doesn't matter. Great. Go ahead. No. I don't know what this is, but I'm countering it. Suspect nobody. Land. I really need a land. I mean, I can dig for it, but I don't have many shots. Because I'm taking 1 and then 4. I guess technically I live. Okay, it was land. Give me the biggest creature you got. I know they could bounce it, but I want 6 life. Bounce it, kill it, whatever. Should have attacked before playing the Glintweaver, I guess. Exit Specialist or something? It could be anything, really, but Exit Specialist is what I was worried about. Okay. Yeah? You're talking my language here. Crack this first for... I don't even need the black. Izoni's dead and never coming back. No. Don't want to draw a land. Like, this, thin the deck before you draw, right? That's the principle there. Not a lot of trample in these colors, but a lot of ways to remove a single creature. So I'm kind of on borrowed time. Until they find a way to deal with Glintweaver. Maybe I could have swung with a 3/3 there? It seems wrong with, like, these face downs. I mean, if I trade like this, they're just going to kill it, which is sort of fine, because I get 2/2/2 detectives out of it. If this is like a Rift Burst Hellion, triple blocking doesn't even kill it, so I think I want to just let them kill this. This makes 4 detectives if it dies. If this is the red double striker, it's embarrassing, but like it would be a big surprise. Because that doesn't seem like the card you'd put in this deck. Okay, so they realized they don't want to kill the 1/3 after all. This is just a bluff to see if they could get me to trade a 2/2 in for nothing, basically. There you go. The swamp doesn't do anything, but I want to show them I have swamps in my deck. They've already seen a Zoni, and I don't want to make them think I'm so dumb. Oh, wait. They haven't seen a Zoni. I thought she got milled? She did. Right. She got exiled later. I don't want to think I'm so dumb that I didn't put any swamps in my Zoni deck. That would be a funny joke, though. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Like, I took out the swamp because it really doesn't matter, and I'm making up justifications for fun. What's left in the deck, anyway? Vitigazi Inspectors. There is a way to collect evidence. Killer Among Us, Crowd Control Warden, Panther. I mean, there's not much. There's a couple of other cards that didn't seem relevant. I'm having trouble seeing how I win this game. I could get to the bottom of my deck and still, like, not beat this board, I think. Okay, that's a card. We've already done Merfolk and Goblin, so it must be Human o'clock. I could start swinging with the 1/3, I guess, trying to get it killed, but they can always just bounce it off a 2/2, so it doesn't accomplish anything. Uh-oh. My 6/6, help! He's very sick. my flying blocker. Oh no. Alright, that ought to do it. I'm getting absolutely wrenched here. Gut-wrenching. Well, if this isn't blocking anyway, it might as well get an attack in, eh? Just for funsies. Besides, maybe we'll draw Hustle and Bustle, and they don't know. They don't know I don't have it. Maybe they can't afford to tap everything. They might slow down their attacks. Although I doubt it. I'm telling you, though, if I hadn't made that blunder with letting them know more lies my evidence examiner, I think we'd be doing okay. I'd have just so many more clues. I guess it would just be clues. It wouldn't be actual creatures, probably. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be that great. They did attack with all the flyers, no big surprise there. I don't even think Hustle and Bustle would be lethal. Well, it's a cool card. A little too late. Plus, they can just tap it. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Get in there, bucko. I mean, I'm dead. Maybe attacking with creatures is one of my dailies. I didn't pay attention. It was like green spells, red spells, and something that wasn't spells. Maybe it was attacking with creatures. Let's get him in there. Make him scared of on the job, even though I don't have any white mana. I just played Crowd Control Warden. Maybe these are secretly, like, planes. Maybe they don't block? That would win. Exactly. Unlucky. Actually, I think the daily was kill creatures, though, right? Not attack? I don't know. It's a mystery. Hopefully we'll never know. I should have just played the islands. They would know I don't have any tricks. Because it doesn't matter what they do here, actually. Alright, got him to 10. We had a shot there. I still don't understand why they threw away Alquist Proft. We finished one of our dailies in that little endeavor. Kill creatures, it was. Okay, so all that attack mattered. Take that. I don't know. What can you say? 3 wins. It was looking pretty good when we were 3 wins in a row, but you know, ultimately the deck was just average. This last game, I mean, I think I had a shot if I had sequenced more carefully against Counterspell. I don't mind getting the Projector Inspector counterspelled, but the Evidence Examiner was something I should have been able to avoid. You know, and the deck just doesn't have a lot to deal with flyers, right? I drew incredibly well to hit this to live for another couple turns, and then into Glintweaver. It was just like insane draws, and I still lost. Because the deck doesn't deal with that very well. But I had fun making lots of detectives, and in the games where it was good, it was really good. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.